Hello everybody, back here again for Vlog-A-Day, and today is Wednesday the 12th, and today was a gorgeous day weather-wise. Absolutely stunning, stayed fairly cool, I'd say high 70s, low 80s, most of first part of the day. It warmed up, got to like 85, 87, something like that, but absolutely just stunning, sun shining brightly, a few clouds here and there, just the day was gorgeous. The events of the day was not the greatest for me, but the day itself was absolutely gorgeous. Got up, got a handful of stuff done, had some appointment stuff, had to reschedule, had to make some new appointments, had some other things to take care of, making some reservations and that this weekend coming up. Just general life stuff as that goes on. Ended up having to take out, had a mower that quit mowing. The PTO, which is the power takeoff, it's a little electronic clutch engagement that causes my riding lawnmower to mow, had went out, whatever. Threw a belt, and I don't know what's going on with it. I dicked with that. I've never messed the PTO before, and I was tearing it all apart the other day, and I had it like, I don't know, it was about 2 hours into it, and I still really was kind of a loss of where the next step needed to be, and I was starting to take apart even more things, and realized I was probably going to screw it up. And I've got a lawnmower mechanic that does phenomenally great work at a decently reasonable price. He's not free, but he's not outrageous at all. So said to hell with it and just kind of tossed it off to the side and decided I was going to haul it out there. So I decided to do that today. I loaded up 5 pieces of equipment to take out there to him to work on. All of them got something wrong with it, and basically I told him the high priority was the actual rider, and then work our way down to lowest priority, which is another rider I have, which actually it's nothing more than my mower I use to just plow my driveways with in the winter. So I've got multiple driveways, so I use it to plow them out. I shovel some too, obviously, but it's just, oh my god, it's like 10,000 times quicker to do it with the blade. And this thing has got wheel weights and chains, and I take the deck off, so I got clearance, and it's a beast. It's absolutely a beast. Unfortunately, it's not running right now. It's been screwing up on me off and on, and I just got tired of dicking with it. So hopefully get that fixed too for a reasonable price. He has been told there's a low price limit on all these pieces of equipment out there, because none of them are worth much, but they're all worth something. And it's that weird thing of, you hate to throw them away for, if it is something, a couple $100 or less to fix, but you're not going to spend $500 on any one of those items. I won't spend it on them because they're all low price items to begin with. So hopefully we'll figure it out. Also did on the way back, coming back from there on the way out, there seems to be a jinx out at that dude's shop. I might have to just start paying his $5 delivery fee. He'll pick up your stuff and drop it off for $5 per trip, and I might just start doing that, because it's last, I think, 4 times now I've had something go wrong going out there, dropping stuff off, picking things up. I've had blowouts, I've had wheel bearings go out, I've had the flats, I've had just, picked up a nail. This time, I don't know what the hell it is. Something went out in my front end of my truck, and had somebody pull out in front of me, jacked on the brakes real hard, and it started kind of making a weird thunky sound as I tapped the brakes. And I got out, checked it out. I'm pretty sure it's a caliper. I'm not sure if it's the caliper or it's the pad slipped off, but one of the two, it's giving me a little bit of issues. So we'll get it figured out. Got there, got the thing dropped off, just drove super slow, coasted down into things, no big deal. It's not a busy highway or nothing where he's at. Backed into the shop there, basically hung around, got everything unloaded, headed back. On the way back home, I was driving along about 30, 35, just because it was acting up lower. I mean, I had that weird nervous feeling, and I had some asshole behind me who won't pass me in a trailer, the truck and the trailer together, and I was like, what the hell? And there's another van behind them, then a truck behind them, and so on and so forth. There's like 8, 9 cars packed up, and it's annoying when people don't understand the law. There's no minimum speed limits in Iowa on our highways. Interstates are different, and instead of just passing me or laying back front of the person behind you could pass you, move on, now you got 4 or 5 cars packed up, and some idiot's going to try and pass. And I was waiting to get around the corner so I could basically, because I didn't want people trying to pass me partway there. So I was on a right-hand corner, and I knew once I got to the straight, there was like a long-ass straight shot. If there was no openings, I was going to go ahead and kind of just let them all pass me. And if there was people coming, I was going to pull off to the side, let them all go by. And I get paranoid. I'm super hyper-vigilant about that kind of stuff. And I just let it go. I'm like, the hell with it, no big deal. I look to my right in the mirror, and lo and behold, some moron is flying up beside me on the rock, and I was like, what the fuck, on the shoulder. And I'm like, what the hell? Look over and I realized it's a cop car, and he's got his lights on. So I thought there was some kind of emergency, and they were just hauling ass, and he was passing her on the right. So I pulled to the left to even give more way, because there was nobody around that was coming behind me, because it was clearly no passing zone and there was nobody coming. And then I realized he slammed on his brakes and stuff, and like rocks are flying, there's dust everywhere and stuff, and I realized he's pulling me over, and I'm like, fucking crazy. So I pull over, the dude's like, everybody else goes by, the dude's like, what the hell are you driving so slow for here and stuff, and impeding traffic? I'm like, I'm not impeding traffic. There's legal passing zones, yada yada. My truck would make a little weird in the brake. When I jacked on the brakes, it made a weird noise, limping it home. AAA and stuff won't tow you in with a trailer, so I thought it was, get home, it'll be fine, no big deal. The cop was a little bit dickish, and then he calmed down and settled down. He's like, well, but somebody's going to do something stupid, it's not safe, because they're going to pass you, and yada yada yada. And I'm like, but they're the ones breaking the law. I wasn't. Why aren't they being pulled over? Kind of thing stuff. A little bit. I was like, I just kind of let it go, let it kind of play out. I just kind of didn't really care. He's like, well, yada yada. Gave me a bunch of crap. Goes back, runs my ID and shit. No big deal. I'm not wanted for anything. I don't have I'm not robbing banks and shit. So no big deal. I don't have back child support, nothing out there. So comes back up. Basically he goes, you don't have lights on the trailer? And I said, yeah, I have lights on the trailer. What the hell are you talking about? He goes, well, why didn't you have your hazard lights on while you're driving here slow? And I'm like, I was told by a highway patrolman it's against the law to drive with hazards on. Because one time I was driving along, came up on an accident. As I was still driving up to it, I had my hazards on. It was raining. It was just crazy rain. And the highway patrolmen, as we were chatting and talking about it, had said it's actually against the law to drive in the road with the hazards on. It's if you've pulled over for a hazard, then you can use hazards. It's not to be used while driving. And the cop's like, well, he didn't know the law, which I don't know if he knows law. Maybe the highway patrolman's wrong. Maybe the deputy sheriff's right. I don't know. But he was like pissy. He's like, well, if you think there's something wrong with your truck, you should run your hazards. And I'm like, so you're going to write that down on a piece of paper that says I'm being told to do this? So when the highway patrolman pulls me over and gives me a ticket for that, and he's like, just be, if somebody's behind you, just pull over and let him by. I'm like, whatever. So I take off. He heads back to his car, so I head on down. So again, of course, it's like a 25, 30-minute ordeal. Absolutely ridiculous how long it takes for that crap. Especially when I was breaking no laws, doing absolutely nothing wrong at all. Obeying the speed limit, under the speed limit, nothing to issue there. So went ahead, finally got back to town, dropped the trailer off, pulled the truck around, I was going to work on it. And it was pretty hot out there. I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. I was kind of just a little bit bummed out and stuff with different issues going on in that. And said to hell with it, jumped in the car, had to get some shopping, which I was going to do on this trip, but the truck broke. So I was getting their stuff, went out to Walmart, had to grab some stuff, went actually to Sears, went to a bunch of other places. Sears does have lawnmowers. They're going out of business. Our store, it's been the worst service I've ever received in a store, and they were 30% off. And I thought buying a brand new lawnmower and just calling out there and telling the dude, don't bother fixing the two riders. I just bought a brand new rider and a new blade and all that stuff, and thought, you're looking $2,000 or so in that ballpark range, and didn't really feel like spending that money right then. So went ahead and said to heck with it. Did not do that. Tried to buy a couple of items, and I was literally even at 30% off. I couldn't put up their personality, the salespeople there and stuff. I just said hell with it and left. Headed out, did a couple of True Value, bought some stuff there, different little things, some organizing stuff and whatnot. Headed out to Walmart, was in there a little bit, came back out, and the damn car wouldn't start. I was like, oh, great, no big deal. Fans were working, lights were working, all that kind of stuff. I was like, it's kind of weird. So I went and popped the hood through, jumper cables on it, and somebody pulled up, real nice guy came over, helped me jump it, and nothing. It's clicking and stuff, so the starter's out. I think the starter's been going bad on me maybe a little bit here. There's been a few times I'll go to crank it over and it'll fire up and stuff. But so I went ahead and said to hell with it. I was like, this is ridiculous. I called AAA. The local tow service here in town no longer works with AAA. This was at 4:06 p.m. this afternoon. They said, I'll have to have my supervisor call you back. I'll give you a call in 15 minutes. And I was like, well, even if they come over, the closest place to it, I think, is about 35 minutes away. So I'm looking about an hour by the time the tow truck gets here and stuff. No big deal. I said to heck with it. Caught a ride home. Went ahead and said to hell with it. I was kind of bummed out because now I've got a truck broke and a car broke. And I was just like, screw it. I just jumped in the truck, threw the bike in the back, hauled the truck out to my mechanic's shop, and dumped it off out there. Rode the bike home. And this is all, I'd already got a ride home. Drove the truck out, load the bike up, rode the bike home. And as I was pulling back my driveway, like 47 minutes later, I'm literally called by AAA finally. They call me and say, hey, where do you need the car hauled to? And I said, well, here's the address, yada, yada, because I didn't know the exact address. One of the reasons I took the truck out there to get the exact address. And basically I told them I'd have it before the tow truck driver got there. I said, so when are they going to be here? She goes, I don't know. We'll get back a hold of you here shortly, so they know something. I said, okay, that's kind of weird. So I went ahead and hung up the phone, waited around, I don't know, another hour and a half or so. Finally said held it, called back and said, what the hell's going on? I said, I don't know. I'll have to call you back. And called back. And this is, I don't know, 4 hours into this or so at this point. Finally said hell with it, turned to Twitter, tweeted out to the AAA Twitter account, and within 15 minutes or 20 minutes of tweeting them, I had confirmation and spoke to supervisors and stuff, which was ironic because I had already spoke to what was supposedly two different supervisors to begin with, and it had been over 4 hours with literally zero results, except you have to wait with the car, which I wasn't waiting with the car. They kiss my ass. It's hot as hell out there. It's 85 plus degrees in the sun, no shade in the parking lot. I'm 15 minutes away at most. Literally I could run there in less than 15 minutes. I could ride my bike there in about 6, and probably maybe 5 even. I could drive there in 3. So I was like, the hell with it, no big deal. Figure worst case scenario, I was telling them inside Walmart. What the hell it takes. Because AAA has a weird thing of don't leave the car, blah, blah, whatever. So I'm like, screw it. Finally, I was like, it was ridiculous. Finally got a hold of somebody. They're like, well, we don't know. We'll get a hold of somebody. I'm like, can you guys at least authorize it to be picked up without me there? Yada, yada kind of stuff. And they still have no information. Finally, I find out it's going to be like 10:15. They'll be there tonight. So this is 4:09 or 4:06, 4:09 when the first call went out. And it was after 10 o'clock p.m. when the car was loaded up on the trailer. So literally we're looking at 6 hours plus to get my car towed from a Walmart parking lot. Had that been on the road, or had I not had access to get home and stuff, imagine me out there 85 degrees with no food and water, an elderly person or some crap. That's ridiculous. Pissed off as all get out. I even offered to go pick it up myself, go get my trailer, load it up, winch it up on there to hang all myself. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll give you a $10 gift card. And I'm like, you go fuck yourself. And it was a $10 gift card to a Target. And I'm like, I haven't shopped at Target. It's literally, it'll be a year next month since I bought a single item in Target. And that was a gym bag I bought down in Kansas City. Actually waiting to meet a lady friend of mine. So I was wandering around the Target in there and buying myself a gym bag there. So anyway, then I get back home from that crap, and I'm out working on the truck or out working on the van, trying to get it fixed. I had issues in the door. A panel had fallen off inside like a deal. Working with it, and I started getting some text messages, and I'm putting on the tools, answering the text, basically picking the tools, answering the text back and forth. I'm getting I'm getting chewed out, lack of a better term, and stuff. And it was just, it's kind of weird. It was that whole process of how I don't care, and I don't show I care, and stuff. I'm like, I haven't done shit today. I've literally been fighting for 6 hours with the stupid car thing. I've got another truck broke down. I've got the vehicle. I got a whole 4 to 5 different things in the damn shop getting repaired. I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. I'm trying everything I can to try and get my point across of I do give a shit, and you won't believe me. I don't know. I'm getting tired of saying it over and over again if you're not gonna believe me. So no clue. We had plans the weekend, and then now they're talking like they don't know if they're gonna cancel their plans and stuff. So I don't know where we're at on that whole thing. I got stuff scheduled. I got kayaking, biking trip, comedy club, dog babysitter, all that stuff set up, and who the hell knows now. So I guess I will just twiddle my thumbs and wonder what's going to happen the next day of my life. So I have found myself a really clean, high mileage, older van, like a conversion van. So it's got the fancy seats and the whatnot, and the TV will be thrown out and all that kind of crap. But it's like, from what they say, 100% rust free, and it's unfortunately way down into Missouri. And if I can get hold of them tomorrow, I think I'm going to buy myself a new van. So, well, new to me. I think it's actually the same year as my old 1-ton. So it's like a 98, I believe. Really old ass van, but it's super clean, one owner. I'm going to go take a look at it. And who knows, might basically head on down and just have myself a little bit of fun in the conversion van. So I'll take the trailer. That way, if I want to bring it home, I can just throw it up on the trailer and bring it home, not to worry about it, and then go from there. So I'm going to try and maybe convert that into a camper and make that into like a little, camper van type thing. Maybe pull a trailer with a tow truck, or tow like a trailer with it, like for my kayaks and my dirt bikes and stuff. Or maybe even make like some rear mounts and stuff for it. Maybe just hang the stuff off the back. So that's all I have for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, by this time next month, I will run my 50 miler. Today was the start of my 50 miler, and I will have finished that by now. So definitely a little bit paranoid about that. I'm not ready at all for it. I haven't ran long in a long time, so it'll be really interesting. I'm still recovering from the whole toe thing, getting back into conditioning from that, and I'm getting my ass whipped. So between that and wrecking my dirt bikes and stuff, fun stuff. But no matter what, I'll finish it. Just depends on how sore I'm going to be the next day. So anyway, I do have somebody to drive me home after that, and that's going to be the biggest part. So that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching.